So what we ended up doing is saying, look, let's grab that kind of community, let's give them a platform. They're a lot more like the Nitro Circus guys. This is a fresh start, fresh mind state. Yeah.
Would you mind giving all of our viewers an overview of the Freestyle Trampoline Association and you and what you do and what you're working on? Maybe 2 minutes max, just so people can ground themselves in who you are and why we're talking today.
I was gonna say, how much time you got? No, I'll keep it short. I'll keep it short and to the point. I was on Team Canada back in the day, and I basically saw that there were some issues with the way the whole system worked. I ended up getting a really lucky sort of opportunity to go with Nitro Circus. They saw some of my online videos back in like 2010, 11, and said, hey, come and do a tour with us, and we'll put a super trampoline in the middle of the stadium with motocross and BMX and R. Willie and Travis and all these guys doing their thing.
Check that guy out! Stop it, Craig! Are you kidding me? Oh,
So I got to tour with them in Australia, and that gave us the idea for Freestyle Trampoline. For you guys who do not know, Olympic trampoline has been around for many, many years, and it was put into the Olympics in 2000. But since then, it's seen a steady decline over the years, just with social media and trampoline parks popping up and people just becoming more free and not wanting to necessarily do all of the traditional sports, we'll call them. So what that did is give us a bit of an opening to say, let's rethink trampoline. So we called it the Freestyle Trampoline Association. We did our first official event called GT Games, Garden Trampoline Games, in 2017 in Escondido, California, and that all of a sudden just blew up. We didn't even realize we were tapping into this market of all these kids in their backyards that were just going nuts and doing quad backflips and triple this and quint that, and we're like, what? What's going on? Because we were still thinking about the traditional Olympic side, traditional gym clubs, sign up, become a member, compete with your leotard and all that. That still was in the forefront of everyone's mind. This little garden trampoline sect over here just did not exist, but we didn't know that they were talking online for many, many years. So what we ended up doing is saying, look, let's grab that kind of community, let's give them a platform. They're a lot more like the Nitro Circus guys. This is a fresh start, fresh mind state. You don't just go to the old traditional guys and tell them to change their ways. You start with a fresh, new, open system that then you can now put and then build it towards helping the traditionals. But you got to start separate. You do not just ask them to change, and that we can maybe talk about that psychology of that a little bit later. But from there, we basically said, look, we're going to make this platform. We're going to do GT Games. It blew up on New York Times, LA Times, Steve Harvey, Ellen DeGeneres has covered some of the athletes that have been at the event. The list just goes on.
Got a question for you. Have you all heard of this new extreme sport? It's called G-Tramp. It stands for Garden Trampoline. And the kids around the world are bouncing their way to stardom.
And all of a sudden on Google Trends, it went like this, and you could see it. It was the sport born on Instagram officially now. And we ran with that. We did events all over the world from 2017 to COVID. And we planted seeds all over the place that became our future partners, future sponsors, future athletes, future clubs, kind of like a traditional system. And when COVID hit, we had to rethink. We'll get into all that. It's esports and franchising, virtual reality, all these kind of cool things that we're dabbling in now. But once the COVID was over, World Champs was up on 2022, and that set the stage for now what is becoming the World Series for Freestyle Trampoline.
A very good evening and welcome to the beautiful Round Chapel here in Hackney, East London, for a historic event inside this historic venue. It's the inaugural Freestyle Trampoline World Championships. 20 of the finest flippers found anywhere in the world have descended on the UK capital for a truly historic event. Their maiden World Championships. The sport that was born on Instagram is now on the big screen.
Honestly, very impressive, and I'm sure we'll see some here with a hard full, landing on his back into a triple kaboom full out. And the top back.
And he's going to finish
Flip
it
is-
off.
Oh, he almost landed, touched his hands there. He's still very happy with that. That was a top back.
And as of this year, we just finished our World Champs. We added a girls category in, we added new countries, we got more broadcasts. We actually had a good, decent broadcast with our partners at Extreme or Unreal channel. And everyone's super happy, and now we have signed an exclusive long-term deal with Eurotramp, which is the Olympic trampoline supplier, for us to do freestyle with them, which is a landmark contract because no one's really done anything like that before. And now basically the traditional side is being told by the IOC that, hey, your stuff isn't so cool anymore, your viewership is down, no one's excited, you need to change, or we might de-Olympify you by 2028. And this is coming from the federations. This is not my random belief, this is coming from them. So they are now on the chopping block, and they're looking to quickly pivot to make sure that they're still relevant in the digital sports age, I guess we'll call it. And we are at the forefront of leading that for at least the trampoline side, kind of following the steps of parkour, which is really cool that we can have this conversation because we're just a few years behind you guys. And the way that the traditional system has been able to work with parkour and try to kind of, take some of their values, whether you like it or not, I'm sure we'll discuss that. But we are in the same position with trampoline, where trampoline's now, on its dying breaths, and maybe we can revamp it a little bit to give it some new life, reposition it, and be able to have a bright future for the athletes, the federations, maybe the Olympics, X Games, wherever.
It's amazing, but it's more about growing the sport, less than just winning a trophy. Like, this was really the first step for this sport to grow, and it has a lot of potential. So it was just great to see everybody throw down today, and yeah, it's really just the beginning still. So we have a lot more to go.
Guys, give it up, and he's right. We are just getting started.